much, Emily. So we have some bonus action coming your way here. The return of GORDIE RUSS, who we saw on the Bam Rodriguez-Sonny Edwards undercard, dropping an 8-round decision to Junaid Boston, the Matchroom prospect tonight, taking on JOSIAH SHACKLEFORD, who we've seen here on Big Time Boxing USA as we take a look at our tale of the tape. You see, RUSS and SHACKLEFORD equal in terms of height. GORDIE RUSS will enjoy a slight reach advantage in this one. A big step up in opposition for JOSIAH SHACKLEFORD here tonight as he takes on GORDIE RUSS, who certainly showed his skill level in what was an extremely competitive loss to Junaid Boston. And there is JOSIAH SHACKLEFORD, who we saw on Big Time Boxing USA, stopping Jashar Banks earlier on this year. And he actually had a concert at the MGM Grand Casino the day before. But his focus is solely on GORDIE RUSS here tonight. Let's introduce the fighters. Let's send it back up to Pete Trevino.
And here we go, Salida Promotions fight fans. The following matchup is the Battle for Detroit. Brought to you by Salida Promotions and 313 presents, scheduled for 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Your 3 judges for this matchup are Luis Delgado, Rose Gross, and Vincent Santino. Now introducing your fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed in gold. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed in at 155.2 pounds. He comes to the ring with a record of 3 wins and 2 losses, with 2 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is JOSIAH Mighty Joe SHACKLEFORD. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold trunks trimmed in red. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed in at 153.4 pounds. He comes to the ring with a record of 6 wins and only 1 loss, with all 6 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is GORDIE G. Baby RUSS the second. Referee Ansel Stewart with final fight instruction.
Okay, gentlemen, you receive your instruction. The trunk is a little high right here. I'm gonna go right here on the bell button, okay? I want you to have a good, clean, professional fight. Touch them up. Let's go at the bell.
So here we go, an all Detroit showdown here in this 6-round, 154-pound contest between GORDIE RUSS II and JOSIAH SHACKLEFORD. And both these men coming off of losses where they were still impressive, where I think their stock went up in both cases. SHACKLEFORD last time out going 6 rounds with the 7-0 Jonas Sylvain. GORDIE RUSS, we mentioned his performance in Phoenix against Junaid Boston. And Al, sometimes you do see that, even in losing efforts, you learn something about fighters.
Absolutely, and if it's possible to have a crossroads fight this early in a career when they're at this level, this is kind of what this is. A really good local dust-up of 2 fighters who really want to win, and SHACKLEFORD going to town here early.
SHACKLEFORD has told us over the last year or so he really prides himself on his ability to pressure fighters. He likes to be able to walk guys down, and you're seeing just all-out pressure from Mighty Joe here in the opening round.
Yeah, you're right. He's very confident in the way he attacks. You know, he didn't waste no time. He's sticking to Russ like glue. He's imposing his will. He's pushing him back, and he's having a good round so far. Working behind a good jab. I saw some good body shots by SHACKLEFORD.
Nice
good overhand right, yeah.
Wow. Good right hand from SHACKLEFORD here early.
He's trying to take Russ's heart early on.
When you looked at this fight on the paper, you said, you know what, this could be really intriguing, and it is.
Yeah, this is just a flat-out slugfest here in the early going.
Well,
Nice
Shackleford
right hand. That one might have wobbled Shackleford momentarily, but he's coming right back.
Yeah, I think it did, but he's making it hard. He's giving Russ no room to breathe. He's not giving him any space. He needs to continue with that pressure.
Well, the way this fight is going here early is made more interesting by the fact that this is a swing bout. These guys were kind of supposed to be perpetually ready here tonight. They didn't know when they were walking. And typically in that situation, you see a little bit of a slower start. Instead, we have Russ and Shackleford just going at it here in the opening 2 minutes.
Well, I think that was Shackleford's mentality from the get-go. That's his game plan. To start off the bat, and he's doing a great job of doing it in this first round. I guarantee you, Russ didn't expect that.
No.
He didn't expect for Shackleford to jump on him that quick. I mean, he cut the distance very fast, with the jab. Just has confidence in himself. See, every time he backs up and he gives Russ room, he gets hit. So he needs to stay on him, keep that distance short. Nice short uppercuts up the middle that keeps landing. He's got to be in great shape to keep that kind of momentum going, and he is in that kind of shape because we've seen him in the past. He's nonstop action. Let's see if Russ could take that heat.
Closing moments of what has been an entertaining opening round between Gordie Russ and Josiah Shackleford.
Don't trade punch for punch, man. Okay, after you do the 1-2 hook, now I need you to grab left hook right hand. Keep shooting down the middle. Put the first thing you do when you went out there, is trust your hands. Put your fucking hands up, man. I want you to have fun. I don't want you to keep getting hit. Have fun, put your fucking hands up. And that's fine. Just let your hands up. That's it.
Well, we mentioned that Shackleford, a professional musician, he made some sweet music in that first round, pressuring Gordie Russ and just putting it on him against the ropes, overhand rights. Not everything getting there, but he landed quite a few big shots. And, Raul, you're right. I don't think Russ expected that.
No, he's got to wake up.
Round 2 underway. You saw the all-star cast in the corner of Gordie Russ. Jonathan Banks, former trainer, of heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko. Tony Harrison, former world champion, a man who Gordie Russ refers to as his big brother. A lot of terrific guidance in the corner of Gordie Russ, but he's got a motivated Josiah Shackleford right on his chest again, the same place he was to begin the fight.
Honestly, I think Shackleford, seeing the kind of fighter's corner he has in his team, Russ, is motivating him to try to stay on him and beat him. At the end of the day, Russ needs to listen to his corner, and so far it doesn't look like he's doing what they want him to do, because there goes Shackleford coming forward. He can't afford to give him space. Every time he gives him room, you see Russ be successful with a nice 1-2 down the middle. So he's got to crowd him, he's got to smother him, take some of that power away.
Russ is trying to come forward here in this round, as you point out, landing some good shots, but Shackleford's not giving way.
Nice right hand there from Shackleford, and another one now backing up Gordie Russ. We've got an all-Detroit banger brewing right here as Gordie Russ comes back with a monstrous uppercut, and Shackleford comes over the top of the right hand. Russ just trying to find some space to operate, but he's finding himself getting rocked with right hands instead.
When we saw Shackleford on our series, and we commented at the time, he will throw as many right hands as he possibly can, and he is landing them.
Russ is in trouble right now as he wobbles against the ropes. The right hands just keep on coming from Mighty Joe.
Shackleford just keeps closing that distance. Every time Russ backs up, he's making the mistake of standing up too tall, and he gets hit by a 1-2 by Shackleford. Look at Shackleford bumping him off. He's a smart fighter. He knows what he's doing in there.
The problem for Russ is when he lands big power punches that should push Shackleford off of him, it doesn't.
Russ misses over the top with one big right hand, and Shackleford comes back with a flurry. Oh, he walks right into a beautiful uppercut from GORDIE RUSS, who might have Shackleford hurt.
Well, the crowd we're just getting into this. This is what they pay to see. Action fight. Wow.
Well, were there any highlights in that last round? I don't know how we could find some. Well, Shackleford with the pressure, continuing the pressure. And we talked about how could Russ turn it around? How could he do that? Well, he started to. He started landing big shots like that right hand, an uppercut he had landed as well. And he got Shackleford in trouble. And this is how the round ended, with a pitched battle. And that's the big uppercut that started the turnaround for Russ. And then he was able to do great work. What a tremendous round of boxing.
So round 3 underway in what, Al, I think you correctly described as kind of an early career crossroads bout between two Detroit rivals who have been going at it here, GORDIE RUSS and Josiah Shackleford. Both men have been hurt. Both men seemingly have landed their best shot. We still have plenty of time to go. Hard right hand on the top from Shackleford. Shackleford's corner telling him he's hurt, he's hurt. They feel that Shackleford might have an opportunity here, but we've seen this before.
He's got to be careful, Shackleford, when he attacks. You don't want to get caught with that uppercut by Russ. Russ is trying to time him. Russ is looking for openings. But I'm telling you, that momentum and that pressure that Shackleford has is making it hard for Russ.
You know, Russ is probably the technically more proficient fighter, even though Shackleford is not without skill. But Shackleford's will, indomitable will, and that ridiculous right hand has just been too much for him.
And the volume of Shackleford has been there. And we saw about 20 seconds ago, Shackleford was just flurrying to the body as GORDIE RUSS was talking to referee Ansel Stewart. Shackleford has just been dogged in his pressure and his focus.
That's what Russ needs to do. He needs to use his speed, use his jab, control the distance, turn him around. He's standing too much in front of Shackleford. That's why he's getting punished. And he shouldn't go toe-to-toe with Shackleford, because Shackleford gets the best out of him the whole time he goes toe-to-toe.
There's that uppercut that turned things around for Russ in the last round. He landed it and then brought a sweeping right hand behind it. But it's the right hand from Shackleford again that rocks Russ back against the ropes.
Man, back and forth action, but it's still Shackleford getting the best out of Russ.
Well, Shackleford's motor is amazing, and the question will be whether he can do this over 6 rounds. Now, as you point out, we saw him in a previous fight do that. So, if he can, he might have his way in this match.
I think it can Russ keep up with that momentum, with that pace?
Exactly.
Oh, he just got
another right hand from Shackleford. 2, 3 of them. 10 seconds remaining in this round. As Josiah Shackleford is having the fight of his life here tonight.
Here's another good round for Shackleford. keeps that momentum going. Look at that overhand right that Russ took. 2 overhand rights. Shackleford sent it up with the jab. He missed again with the right hand. He's just busy in there. He's busier. He's persistent with that pressure. He keeps coming. He keeps pushing him. He's in great shape. He's confident. That's that right hand I was talking about. Russ needs to find a way to get away from that right hand. He's not even blocking it or trying to go underneath that right hand. Got countered again, missed a 1-2 Russ, and then he got hit by a right hand by Shackleford. It was all Shackleford in that round.
Well, guys, let's recontextualize what we're seeing here, because we have, of course, this is a Detroit rivalry, but we have one guy in JOSIAH Shackleford. Yes, a Detroit Golden Gloves champion. He started boxing at the age of 27. He's taking on a guy in GORDIE RUSS with Detroit boxing royalty cornering him here tonight. What Shackleford is doing is clearly not what was expected.
Now, you knew he was going to be in this fight, but for him to be controlling it like this is really surprising. And, you know, Russ has 6 knockouts in his 6 wins. He's going to need that power now to turn this fight around.
Man, it looks like Shackleford is going for the finish. He's busier now. Throwing punches and bunches. There's no slowing down on Shackleford. He's got to tuck that chin in. Sometimes he tends to get a little bit excited and wild with his shots.
Russ's big opportunity, and he almost landed one before, and there it is that uppercut. But boy, he's getting raked over the coals again with those right hands.
Nice body shot there from Russ. You'd have to think he's going to need something big to turn the tide here.
Well, so far, he can't hurt Shackleford. He can't stop his momentum, his pressure.
And a fighter like Shackleford, you have to back him up at some point, and Russ has had a hard time doing that.
Or be a really good boxer where you're giving him angles and attacking from different sides, and not standing in front of him like he does. Look, he's giving Shackleford everything he needs and he wants, and Shackleford is taking advantage of it. He's keeping him in the corner right there, good body shots. And he's trying to go toe-to-toe with Shackleford. Turn him, move to the right, move to the left, turn him in circles. There you go, you can kind of turn him there a little bit more, move to the left, move to the right. He's tired, bro. I think Russ is tired.
Huge right hand again there from Shackleford, as Russ is trying to find those uppercuts on the inside.
Shackleford coming with the angles now.
And, you know, it's not as if Russ isn't producing offense. It's just not quite enough.
Russ trying to find a little bit of bounce in his step. Again, trying to find room to operate. But then when he does get to the inside and work those uppercuts, there's a nice left hook from Russ and a right hand from him as well.
But Shackleford comes right back.
Closing moments of round 4, a better one for GORDIE RUSS, but still big moments for JOSIAH Shackleford.
Well, early on in the round, we see Shackleford doing what he has done, which is be very aggressive and continue throwing those overhand rights. He is just committed to that punch. From the first moment we saw him, he was, and we see it again here tonight.
So 2 to go in what has been a fantastic fight between GORDIE RUSS and JOSIAH Shackleford. As Shackleford comes right out firing that right hand.
Nice jab, too, by Shackleford.
Doesn't it feel like we've had more than 4 rounds in this fight? We're in the 5th round, and it feels like it could be the 8th.
I mean, in the first 2 rounds alone, we saw momentum shifts. We saw both men hurt.
Oh,
A big right hand again there from Shackleford. Both men missed just barely with their right hands just prior to that.
I like that Shackleford throws his combinations, whether he's going to the bottom or on top, and then he finishes with the jab. Watch that double jab at the end to set up his right hand. There's that jab. He's still, controlling the fight in some kind of way with the jab, with the long jab. And he keeps pushing Russ back.
Remember, Shackleford fought in July of this year. He's very, very busy for a guy who basically just started his professional career. There's GORDIE RUSS with that uppercut. He landed a shot that was very nearly a fight ender earlier on tonight. But does that shot have the same zip that it had in round 2?
I don't think it does. I think he's worn down. I think he looks tired. I think Shackleford is breaking him. Shackleford might have taken his heart away already. He's trying, but too slow. And you see Shackleford is a smarter fighter now.
All of what we've seen of Josiah Shackleford several times is just indomitable will. He just wants to impose his will on you, and it's not without technique. He's got a really good jab. The overhand right is great, so there's a lot to recommend him. And Russ, who's a very good fighter, is just finding it hard.
See how he touches it with the jab? He pushes Russ with the jab to set up his right hand and his combinations. There's that jab again. Overhand right. I mean, he's doing what he has to do. He's taking care of business.
And Russ has had some better moments in this round, but they have been few and far between.
I think to your point, Al, obviously, we're seeing Shackleford do some good things. Technically, we're seeing the head movement, obviously the right hand. But I think what we're seeing is Shackleford besting a man with persistence and with fitness.
Exactly. Yeah.
And more power on his shots, too, than Russ.
Nice pull counter right hand from Shackleford. That'll be the closing moment of the round.
There's some more action there by Shackleford. Look at those big bombs. Controlling the fight again with the jab, then moving again with the other side with the jab. There's that powering jab, 2 or 3 jabs right in his face. Set up the right hand. He keeps landing those bombs.
Right up front, left hook behind him, okay? You got it? You're doing a great job. This is my round. This is your round. Round 6, baby. Keep your hands up. Don't be caught with nothing stupid, baby. Let's go, Joe.
Sixth and final round here between GORDIE RUSS and Josiah Shackleford. And guys, when I spoke to GORDIE RUSS before his fight against Junaid Boston in December to get kind of his outlook on boxing, he said, I look for knockouts, nothing else. That's what matters to me. He might need one here in the 6th and final round.
And he is getting raked over the coals by Shackleford.
He's not getting knocked out himself, Corey. Man, I love the way he threw those fast, explosive combinations. Talking about Shackleford, then landed that big, powerful right hand. There it goes again.
Trade right hands. As GORDIE RUSS is going to need something big, you'd have to think, here in the 6th and final round.
Well, as you aptly pointed out, he wants knockouts. Every win he's had has been by knockouts, Russ. And yes, he might need it.
Shackleford just missing with that right hand again. Shackleford's corner reminding him, just keep jabbing. think because of the concussive nature of these right hands, Al, we maybe haven't talked about the Shackleford jab enough because it has been just percussive all night long.
You are reading my mind. Since the first time we saw him on Big Fights USA Boxing, Big Time USA Boxing, we have seen the evolution of his jab be better, and man, it is good tonight.
Splitting the guard of Gordie Russ again. And there were times earlier in this fight too, Raul, where it seemed like Russ was trying to do that. He's trying to parry the jab, trying to just block the jab with this power hand, and Shackleford is just breaking through again and again.
Yes, that pressure, you know, the Shackleford's pressure. He's stronger. He's got a better jab, and also that mental pressure. You know, Russ is warned when he's trying to do something here, trying to pull out something out of his pocket at the last minute, but Shackleford still coming forward, banging the body all over Russ. Has him on the ropes.
Final 30 seconds of this contest.
Like, man, how do I get Shackleford off of me?
And you know, this fight, we don't know how it's going to be judged, but if Shackleford needed a round to cement a win, he's done it here in this round.
Another right hand rocks Russ back. See
Russ
blood coming from the mouth of Gordie Russ. What a fight!
All the way to the end.
Let's go, Joe! Yeah, baby! Let's go! Okay, go!
Oh, what a moment for Josiah Shackleford, who might have just picked up a career-changing victory.
There was so much action in that last round, most of it coming from Shackleford, who threw combinations, and what else? The right hand, which he threw consistently, and he made Russ's night so difficult with that punch. Astonishing performance by him and both fighters.
I agree.
When you think about Al, what 6 rounders between Detroit fighters would have looked like at Cobo Hall back in the 80s and 90s, that's what those fights look like.
Precisely. That is exactly what they look like, and that's why the tradition of boxing in this town is so rich.
Right, that is a well-matched local slugfest between Gordie Russ and Josiah Shackleford. And it looks like we are moments away from the decision. It is in the hands of Pete Trevino, so let's send it back up to Mr. Throwdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put a big round of applause together for both of the boxers in the center of the ring. After 6 rounds of super welterweight Detroit boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Delgado, Judge Gross, and Judge Santino, all 3 are in agreement and score this matchup 59-55. Your winner by unanimous decision, Josiah Mighty Joe Shackleford.
An incredible moment for Mighty Joe. Josiah Shackleford takes this fight on relatively short notice, and he pulls the upset, a stunner here in the Motor City.